At the end of a narcissistic relationship, victims often feel an overwhelming need to seek answers, to gain clarity. The desire to understand the dynamics of the relationship is a common one, and there are several reasons why people might go all out to seek the clarity after a relationship with a narcissistic individual ends. One of the first of these is simply to make sense of all the confusion. The narcissistic person's behaviours, their gaslighting, their triangulation, their blame shifting, it can seem unbelievable, and it can cause that sort of haze, that cloudiness within your mind, and you're trying to work out whether you were the problem or whether they were the problem or what you could have done better, and you end up ruminating about everything that's gone off and you cannot shift them out of your head. Narcissists are well known for their manipulative gaslighting tactics, and it creates that cloud of confusion around the victim. Seeking answers helps victims put the pieces of the puzzle back together and discover what truly happened. Understand the disorienting experience that they have just lived through. And even when they've got a piece in place, they can doubt themselves and have to look for more evidence that they're not actually crazy. They've just been in an unbelievable situation with an incredibly unhealthy individual. To find closure, narcissistic individuals don't do closure. Victims often feel incomplete emotionally when they don't have the closure. They haven't had that sort of final conversation. Narcissists leave them stuck in a cycle of uncertainty, trying to work through everything you've been through, and so many different secrets keep popping up out of nowhere. Searching for the answers is an attempt to fill that gap, to achieve the sense of finality. Narcissistic individuals use this as their victim is obsessed with them, jealous, bitter, crazy. And victims are just looking for answers. They can also be looking to validate their experience because they have been invalidated so much by a narcissistic individual. Narcissistic abuse creates that self-doubt within the victim, where they doubt their own perception of reality. They question their motives, their intentions. And after the end of a relationship, the victim seeks answers to confirm that what they lived through, what they experienced, was real and not a product of their imagination or emotional instability, which the narcissist will try hard to get you to believe it is you that's the issue and not the narcissist. To understand the narcissist behaviour, because you can't ask them, they're not going to give you a direct or a straightforward answer. They're going to twist it and blame you. Victims often want to understand why a narcissistic individual behaved in the ways that they did. The narcissist's erratic and destructive behaviour can often leave victims feeling helpless and bewildered, so they're seeking answers in a way to comprehend the narcissist's actions to help the victim process the trauma. There's also reclaiming that sense of identity, reclaiming the sense of self. In relationships with narcissistic individuals, victims often lose touch with their own identity. Narcissistic individuals go all out to control, to rewrite reality, to define the victim. Searching for answers can help victims rediscover who they were, separate from the narcissist's influence. A narcissist can influence how victims wear their hair, where they go, what hobbies they do, through threats, through intimidation, through fear, through silent treatments. People lose who they are, or they get mocked by the narcissist for doing some of the simplest of things. People often look for answers to break free from the trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is a powerful emotional attachment, usually developed from the highs, the release of the dopamine, and the lows, the release of the cortisol for the stress, of the relationship, it becomes addictive. Seeking answers is one way for victims to attempt to break the bond and understand the dynamics that kept them trapped in a toxic cycle for so long. Understand why they didn't recognize the red flags sooner, why they were naive to the experience, why they didn't trust their instincts because they didn't know what their instincts were telling them. They didn't know the meanings behind the narcissist behavior, which is why they look for answers to prevent repeating the same patterns. It's a very harsh life lesson. Victims often fear falling into another narcissistic relationship. So by them seeking answers, they hope to better understand the red flags, learn to create the healthy boundaries, learn healthy communication, learn to listen to their instincts, learn the behavioural patterns of a narcissistic individual so that they can avoid future relationships with toxic, manipulative, narcissistic people. Seeking answers is a natural part of healing from narcissistic abuse. However, it's important to remember that narcissistic individuals will not give you the clarity or the validation. These are answers you have to find for yourself. Understanding these dynamics of the relationship and taking steps to heal emotionally is the key to moving forward. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on this channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do have a select few one-to-one slots available currently. If you're looking for further reading, I have several books out on Amazon. How to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. 15 rules to deal with narcissistic people. How to stay sane and break the chain. A Narcissist Handbook, the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, a guided journal for recovery and empowerment. And the new book, Behind the Mask, The Rise of a Narcissist, which is the first book in hopefully a 3-part series. These are all available on Amazon if you'd like to go and check those out. Thank you very much for watching. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.